Good morning. The summer has come to the north, I can tell. Almost half and half from Northern Europe and half from Southern Europe today. And from the other side of the world coming in. So we're here again to join in the truth and find our precious inner being to go through any healing. And sometimes the mind doesn't want to welcome the healing, but a good prayer to have in the beginning of a session like this, and a good prayer to have any time is, okay, I welcome the healing. I welcome what I need to go through. I can release control and let healing come in whatever area is needed. Maybe we use today's course lesson to help us find out what healing is needed right now. We'll let everyone come in. Maybe you take a breath and just inwardly allow the prayer. Let me welcome whatever healing is called for in my being. So it's lesson 139. I will accept atonement for myself. The word atonement always sounded so serious to me. Atonement. Or expiation, which is a word in French, Spanish, maybe Italian, I don't know.
And of course,
Expiation, yeah. Or in Swedish, zoning. You know, it sounds very serious, very religious. But we're actually invited to reinterpret the seriousness of that, because it's the most joyful, the most freeing concept or idea there is, we can say, the most freeing, and the plan of atonement. Jesus talks about that in the course. It will take millions of years. The plan of the atonement plan, and he is in charge. He says that in the course. I am in charge of the plan of the atonement. You know, and when we start to wake up, we're on our way to the full atonement. We're in the plan of the atonement. And we have been in it for millions of years. And here we are, you know, a small percentage of the world's population, you know. This is how it is. It's very few who are ready, you know. Perhaps there is a great awakening starting, a comprehensive awakening, you know, and that's beautiful to live in these times. The mind is starting to wake up and see the reflection of an awake mind. I've started having lucid dreams now, night after night. It's beautiful. This night I had another one. It was really lovely, really happy dream. So yeah, let's dive into this lesson. I will accept atonement for myself. Here is the end of choice. For here we come to a decision to accept ourselves as God created us. And what is choice except uncertainty of what we are? What is choice except uncertainty of what we are? Okay, this is interesting. Jesus says choice means uncertainty of what we are. The belief in choice implies an uncertainty of what we are. There is no doubt that is not rooted here. All doubt is rooted in choice. There is no question but reflects this one. All questions reflect this uncertainty of what you are. There is no conflict that does not entail this single simple question, what am I? There is no conflict that does not entail the single simple question, what am I? So if there wasn't uncertainty of who you are, there would be no conflict in your life. All conflict reflects this simple question, what am I? A doubt about identity. Yet who could ask this question except one who has refused to recognize himself? Only refusal to accept yourself could make the question seem to be sincere. The only thing that can be surely known by any living thing is what it is. The only thing that can be sure is who you are, is identity, true identity. From this one point of certainty, it looks on other things as certain as itself. This is the only thing in the whole universe that can be sure. Everything else is uncertain. This is a good distinction to become aware of. The only thing that can be known is who we are, is who you are in truth. Uncertainty about what you must be is self-deception on a scale so vast, its magnitude can hardly be conceived. Uncertainty about what you must be is a self-deception on a scale so vast, its magnitude can hardly be conceived. To be alive and not to know yourself is to believe that you are really dead. For what is life except to be yourself? And what but you can be alive instead? Who is the doubter? What is it he doubts? Whom does he question? Who can answer him? He merely states that he is not himself, and therefore being something else becomes a questioner of what that something is. Yet he could never be alive at all unless he knew the answer. So we're a liar to ourselves when we deny who we are. He could never be alive unless he knew the answer of what he is. If he asks as if he does not know, it merely shows he does not want to be the thing he is. So this question, who am I, what am I, is behind every doubt, every conflict, every perplexity, every choice, every confusion. And it's a statement of I don't want to be what I am in truth. This is really clarifying. He has accepted it because he lives. He has accepted what he is. There has been an acceptance of I am spirit. Because that is all the life is. Everything else is dead. Everything else is death. So there has been an acceptance. Otherwise, there would be no life at all. He has accepted it because he lives, has judged against it and denied its worth. and has decided that he does not know the only certainty by which he lives. I'll read that again. So he has accepted it because he lives, but has judged against it and denied its worth, and has decided that he does not know the only thing, the only certainty by which he lives. That's what I said before. Time is a denial of truth. Time is the no to true identity. That's what time is. The only thing, the only certainty has been denied when we play the game of personal identity. When we play the game of character in this world. We have denied the only thing that gave us life. We have denied what we are. Jesus makes it so clear and accessible here, and simple. Thus he becomes uncertain of his life, for what it is has been denied by him. It is for this denial that you need atonement. Your denial made no change in what you are. But you have split your mind into what knows and does not know the truth. You have split your mind into what knows and what does not know the truth. And which side are we on? Do we want to be in the side that knows or in the side that does not know? The side that does not know constantly denies the truth. It is the side that says, what am I? It is the part that suffers. You are yourself. There is no doubt of this. And yet you doubt it. But you do not ask what part of you can really doubt yourself. It cannot really be a part of you that asks this question, for it asks of one who knows the answer. Were it a part of you, then certainty would be impossible. So the part that asks, he's explaining here, it's not actually part of you. Because then truth would be impossible. Clarity would be impossible. So when you identify as the part that asks, what am I? When you identify as the part that doubts all the time, that is the pushing away of truth. So this lesson, like all the lessons, are clarifying what's going on in the mind, and by becoming clear of it, it invites into the experience of who we are. It helps us see what, the only thing we can be. And like the previous lessons, heaven is a choice I must make, Like when we believe in choice, that's the choice we want to make. So getting this clarified, it helps us to make that choice, to feel, well, I don't want to identify with the part that doesn't know. I don't want to identify with the part that pushes truth away. No one actually really ever wants to do that. But in this world, everyone has done that. It's like the prerequisite to be a participant in the world. So having denied the truth. But it constantly says in the Course, and this is a knowing in our mind, what has been pushed away can be remembered. That's what we're doing now, going into this. So where was I? You are yourself, there is no doubt of this, and yet you doubt it. But you do not ask what part of you can really doubt yourself. It cannot really be a part of you that asks this question, but asks someone who knows the answer. Were it a part of you, then certainty would be impossible. So I read that. Atonement remedies the strange idea that it is possible to doubt yourself and be unsure of what you really are. Atonement remedies this strange idea that it is possible to doubt yourself. This is the depth of madness, yet it is the universal question of the world. What does this mean except the world is mad? Why share its madness in the sad belief that what is universal here is true? Again, he encourages us to deny the denial of truth. He says we can deny the world. We can say no to the no. Say no to the no to God, Meaning we say yes. We deny the denial of truth. So atonement is the remedy of the strange idea that it's possible to doubt yourself. I think we have recognized it, the times we are right-minded, it feels like it can last forever. Nothing can take us off that, track. But suddenly something does. So, but in the right mind, it's obvious what the direction is. In the wrong mind, it's impossible. The mind has disidentified them. And guilt has taken over. Nothing the world believes is true. It is a place whose purpose is to be a home where those who claim they do not know themselves can come to question what it is they are. The world is a place where those who claim they don't know themselves can come and question who they are. What a crazy place. What a crazy idea. Like I've listened to a few NDE, like near-death experiences. People who have they stand like in front of the portal of God, and God says, come home now. This is what you want. You're ready. I'm here for you. Come home. And they say, no, because I have these people that will be sad if I leave them. I need to go back to the world, Maybe you have heard those stories, and it's strange. It's a place to come for those who doubt who they are, who doubt a little more. And I think this is also, sometimes we have hardships, in the world, and we go through stuff, but we can start to let it all be for our homecoming. The quicker we realize that, the quicker we learn to forgive and work through the stuff, the sooner we come to joy. Joy is our home. We don't need the body. We don't need the world. Happiness, my happiness and my function are one. That's a nice lesson. Jesus says a lot of things about the body, like the true perception of the body is that it is a communication device. But then he says somewhere else, the body is superfluous. The body is not needed. The body has no purpose, he says. I see the words, I hear the words, let it go. And it's not through death, it's through life. The voice of the spirit can use the body, but it does not have to be your identity. This is what's happening. It's learning who am I truly. Okay, let's read a little more. So the world is a place where those who claim they don't know themselves can come and question who they are. And they will come again until the time atonement is accepted and they learn it is impossible to doubt yourself and not to be aware of what you are. The ones who want to question who they are, they will come again to this world, reincarnation. You know, coming back. The mind keeps coming back until atonement is accepted and we learn it is impossible to doubt yourself and not to be aware of what you are. Only acceptance can be asked of you, for what you are is certain. So what you are is a fact. So all that is asked is to accept that. That's what the path is about. It is set forever in the holy mind of God, what you are, and in your own. It is so far beyond all doubt and question that to ask what it must be is all the proof you need to show that you believe the contradiction, that you know not what you cannot fail to know. That does sound like insanity. You believe the contradiction that you know not what you cannot fail to know. That's the split. It's denial of truth. Is this a question or a statement which denies itself in statement? Is this a question or a statement which denies itself in statement? He's saying it's a statement. I'm not who I am. I'm not what I am. Anytime there is anger, anytime there is conflict, anytime there is doubt, this is a statement. I am not what I am. Let us not allow our holy minds to occupy themselves with senseless musings such as this. Senseless musings. How would you describe musings?
Just sort of like idle thoughts. Like a meaningless daydream.
Let us not occupy our minds with meaningless daydreams. This is why he says constant effort is required. And you believe you're not worthy of constant effort. It's a belief in the mind we're not worthy of the constant effort that it takes to say, yes, I am who I am. I am the Christ. I am the one. I am one self, united with my Creator. All doubt, all masks. There are masks in this world. Everyone wears a mask, hiding this glorious, beautiful truth. The mind projected them. Let us not allow our holy minds to occupy themselves with senseless musings such as this, with the senseless statement that I'm not who I am. We have a mission here. We did not come to reinforce the madness that we once believed in. Ooh. Yes. This is what I've been feeling, and more, stronger and stronger, the mission. It's like, would like to have a big megaphone and
stand on the rooftop.
Yeah. Can I do that? Let us not forget the goal that we accepted. It is more than just our happiness alone we come to gain. What we accept as what we are proclaims what everyone must be along with us. Fail not your brothers or yourself, or you fail yourself. Look lovingly on them, that they may know that they are part of you and you of them. Jesus said this already in the Bible. Christ, the Spirit, said this already in the Bible. Love your neighbor as yourself. Look lovingly on the other, that they may know that they are part of you and you of them. This is the answer. This is the answer to projection. This is the answer to rage and anger and doubt and fear, confusion. Look lovingly on your brother. This does atonement teach and demonstrates the oneness of God's Son is unassailed by his belief he knows not what he is. Okay, let's look at that sentence. This does atonement teach and demonstrates the oneness of God's Son is unassailed by his belief he knows not what he is. So atonement demonstrates the oneness of God's Son is untouched by the belief that he doesn't know what he is. God's Son is still God's Son. Even if this belief has crept in, I don't know what I am. And maybe that belief steps back. As we go within, we can look at that belief and see how strange it is. I do not know what I am. We may see it further and further away from us. Yeah, I don't know what I am. Today, accept atonement, not to change reality, but merely to accept the truth about yourself and go your way rejoicing in the endless love of God. Today, accept atonement, not to change reality, which would be impossible, but merely to accept the truth about yourself. You don't have to try to change the world. This is to accept the truth about ourselves and go our way lovingly, rejoicing in the endless love of God. It is but this that we are asked to do. This is all we're asked to do. We're not asked to control reality. We're not asked to figure something out. We're not asked to understand the world or be a professional body in the world. This is what we're asked to do. Go away rejoicing in the eternal love of God. It is but this that we're asked to do. It is but this that we will do today. Whoa. It is but this we will do today. I like that. I want to do only this today. Go my way rejoicing in the endless love of God. 5 minutes in the morning and at night we will devote to dedicate our minds to our assignment for today. We start with this review of what our mission is. I will accept atonement for myself, for I remain as God created me. I remain as God created me. We have not lost the knowledge that God gave to us when he created us like him. We can remember it for everyone. For in creation are all minds as one. We can remember this for everyone. For in creation are all minds as one. That's power. We can remember this for everyone, even the ones who forgot. And in our memory is the recall how dear our brothers are to us in truth. It is in there in the mind, the memory of how lovely our brother is, our sister is. It's in there, underneath the grievance. How much a part of us is every mind, how faithful they have really been to us, and how our Father's love contains them all. It's beautiful. In TM, they talk about a unified field. When you go into meditation, you can experience the unified field. All minds are joined, and everyone is in your mind. We can accept truth for everyone, how lovely they are. In thanks for all creation, in the name of its creator and his oneness, with all aspects of creation, we repeat our dedication to our cause today, each hour, as we lay aside all thoughts that will distract us from our holy aim. For several minutes, let your mind be cleared of all the foolish cobwebs which the world would weave around the Holy Son of God. For several minutes, let your mind be cleared of all the foolish cobwebs which the world would weave around the Holy Son of God. For several minutes, we let these cobwebs cleared and learn the fragile nature of the chains that seem to keep the knowledge of yourself apart from your awareness, as you say, I will accept atonement for myself, for I remain as God created me. I'll read this proclamation again, it's so beautiful. In thanks for all creation, in the name of its creator and his oneness with all aspects of creation, we repeat our dedication to our cause today, each hour, as we lay aside all thoughts that would distract us from our holy aim. This is the mind training, this dedication. This is what, when we do the lessons of the course, we can do this, we can offer ourselves a little time that is asked. I will accept atonement for myself. I like that we have explained what that means, that it is not a serious religious concept. It's a spiritual experience of going away rejoicing of the endless love of God, denying the denial of truth, of quitting, saying I'm not who I am, quitting with all those denials. You can allow the prayer also to let me be a miracle worker. Let me accept my function. Let me fully accept my function of forgiveness. so that my function as a communication device can happen in all aspects of my experience in this world. Take a moment and see if there is something in your mind that needs to be lifted, released. Some emotion or some belief, maybe. And stop playing the game, not accepting what we have chosen. Even the dream we have chosen. The idea of making someone else wrong is making yourself wrong. Making yourself a poor dreamer. Forgot he was the dreamer. So let's in prayer accept the invitation to take a deeper look, deeper release. Oh, it was never true. It can never be true. The separation from another, the belief in victimhood, the wronging of others, the blaming, the attack and the defense. And sometimes there can be quite a bit of hurt. It needs to come up. And that's the only helpful thing to focus on, is to release the emotion. Not analyzing, not making statements they should or shouldn't do, but allow the emotion. I noticed recently a belief in rejection in myself. And I sat for a minute and allowed the emotion. And afterwards I could extend love again. And it goes quick like that, like when we had done some mind training and allowed a lot of healing. You know, when we can detect something quicker and it can heal quicker. Okay. So you want to share?
Yeah, good morning. It's interesting for me that I'm going through what seems to be the worst nightmare of my life. And yet, at this moment, I feel all right. I've just been I even just slept 4 hours and I woke up 4, and then I just meditated and went out and did some exercise at 6 in the sun. And it's like I'm not so good at looking at the thoughts, but I'm really good at tuning into gratitude. And I'm afraid that I'm kind of glancing over something. Because it seems that I can get myself into gratitude, and then when I'm faced with the person that triggers me, it's almost like I have the energy and health from the gratitude, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, so you're already aware of that there is something that still is calling for healing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Probably.
Yeah, by what you're saying, you're aware of that. And that's good. That self-awareness is helpful. Because it's a little bit, the gratitude is very helpful. But it can almost be like a little covering over the emotions, So I feel like it is, you're not in charge of your own healing. Let the Holy Spirit be in charge by relaxing. Yeah, and you can, from that place of right-mindedness, you can still invite what still needs healing.
Yeah.
And you see already that sometimes you become like a thunderstorm. You said like you use the power to blast someone you're angry at, and that's really misuse of, that's really losing it, So then it wasn't true gratitude, it was a flavor of it. It was, you're in touch with it, you're in touch with the right mind,
Yeah.
But to be so aware that you can, it's possible to heal these other emotions that are going on, which we spoke about yesterday and the call we had. These strong feelings of betrayal, sadness, loss, belief in loss, in rejection, abandonment,
Yeah, it seems to not be present when I tune into that. You could say the unified field in a way. It's like I'm just feeling good, at least now. So, and then she comes around and says that she wants to share the money, and and I'm thinking, why do you want to share the money if you have another partner and you want to live with him? And just to give an example.
So it's always an invitation to look at the ego. What is the motive behind anything in any moment? Anything I say, anything I choose? Like denying the ego, and ask for guidance. Even when you're met with a situation like that, say, okay, this calls for prayer. Spirit, you be in charge. What's the right step to take? What's the path to go? You be in charge, Holy Spirit. What would love do? What would love do? And let love show me what to do. Don't be afraid of anything. Money. All symbols in the world have to be used by the Holy Spirit for awakening.
Yeah.
What does that look like? I have no idea. The little I, you can say, I don't know. Spirit, you show me how to use these symbols in this situation. What would love do? What would forgiveness do? And usually a lot of communication. And communication is listening. Communication isn't being heard as a person with a voice. Communication means listening.
Yeah, and one thought that I want to put on the altar is like, I perceive as manipulating, and then she can say that she don't want a relationship with me because I'm angry, but then if it's because she want to be allowed to have sex with another person, then if the
let's pause here. So we could always trust what other people say. We can believe them of good, which she means what she says. So she says, I don't want to experience the anger. She's kind of pointing out something for you. If you feel like, okay, there is something in that, then this conclusion she's saying that because she wants to have sex with another man. She did not say that. She did not say that to you. This is the conclusion of the mind that you did afterwards. Because these conclusions, these interpretations are a bit risky. Any interpretation of anyone isn't true. It says, be aware of analyzing other people's motives.
But she said she could not be with me because of my anger. And then I realized that she's open to be with me as long as she can have sex with him. So it is like, so then it's not because of my anger, it's because she want to protect to have sex with him. She's defending that. She's playing a manipulating game.
So maybe look at your desire for sex.
Mm-hmm. That I can accept.
So this is the message in this. Whenever it's a projection onto her, she wants what you actually want.
That's also what came to me this morning.
Yeah, let the Holy Spirit judge the form. Release all the form of what it looks like. That's the Holy Spirit's part of it,
It's funny because this morning I saw a colony have, like a small, tiny cabin, right? And that's what I've been dreaming about. And so I was just looking, like it was located in something called Hörby. So I tried to Google and see how far it was from where I am. And then I was writing Hörby, but it couldn't write it. It just kept replacing it with horny. I tried three times, and to be honest, I've also been talking to some girls that I met in the train the last week, and it has been beautiful just to sit and have a conversation. And I realized that when you are present with a woman or with a man, and we just go out the train with big smile and a hug, like, oh, let's stay connected. And sometimes it's a friendship, and I have like a girl that wants to drink coffee with me now, and I had a call with a Course in Miracles student from London, who's really beautiful, and also her soul, and so I definitely also feel some miracles. Maybe that's also part of why I can accept the healing in a way, like.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Enough about me. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, we get the lessons that we need. They're very obvious, and if we refuse to go through them, we just delay the healing. You can say, bring it on, I'll go through it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Would we have anyone else wanting to share?
Yeah, it's just very short. It's just something when you were reading or talking in the beginning. There's a sentence like atonement is the remedy, and it just went straight in, and I was like, oh, I always thought it as a result. And suddenly just everything turned around in my head. I've had very difficulty, like you, like atonement feels so, oh, I always have to translate it to Danish to find what is it actually, because I always forget it. So suddenly this was just so clear. Oh, it's a remedy. That makes it very different.
It makes it something we want.
Yeah.
A ticket. Yeah.
I'd like sharing that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's beautiful. I love the shifts that clicks now.
Thanks.
Yeah. will accept the remedy for myself. Okay, well, it's always lovely to be together. Our next session is tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. If anyone would like to donate, our PayPal is paypal.me/ACIM love. And thanks for joining in.